Hi. Like my outfit? I made it myself. It took a few days. I remember construction paper being a lot thicker and stronger when I was a kid, but maybe I was just smaller. But whatever. All stupid. Suburbicon, directed by George Clooney and stars Matt Damon and Julianne Moore. I barely saw the trailer for this. Like as soon as it said directed by George Clooney, written by the Coen brothers, I was in. I knew I was going to go see it. And I thought that was my problem. Like I just stopped paying attention to the trailer and it was my fault that I knew nothing about this movie going in, but there wasn't much to know about this movie. As the movie went on, I started remembering little bits of the trailer and it was really vague because there's nothing to spoil really. Like the plot is virtually non-existent for a good chunk of the beginning of the movie, and then it starts hitting really hard. It starts going pretty suspense and thriller while still feeling like a Coen Brothers period piece. It didn't have the levity that something like Ave Kaiser had Hail Caesar had last year. And honestly, I feel like their writing is going downhill as the years go by. Like they killed it with No Country for Old Men, but since then, what have they really done? You had the early 2000s with Oh Brother Where Art Thou, the late 90s with Big Lebowski, all the way back to their beginnings, which I really like Barton Fink. I have a feeling that people don't like it as much as I do, but I really like that one. And I liked Ave Kaiser, Hail Caesar, but it was unfocused and it was not a good movie at all. And this one had the same focus issues. Suburbicon focuses on one main plot line with an offshoot involving racial integration into their community, but I'll save that for a second. The main plot is Julianne Moore plays twins. One night there's a home invasion. One of the twins gets murdered. It happens to be the mother and wife of Matt Damon. And they really didn't give you anything concrete to latch onto for the first, I'm guessing, probably 40 minutes of the movie. Because you just didn't know what the hell was going on. Was this just like a series of random events? Like A Serious Man kind of felt like a series of unfortunately funny things that happened to this guy. Like it's funny, I assume, because honestly I didn't really connect to that movie at all. A Serious Man was a tough one for me. But this one, it felt like kind of a slice of life deal with this huge racial integration problem that just kept building and building as the movie goes on. I just don't know what he was trying to say about it, and honestly, the movie really starts to drop off at the end. Because, it's going along, Matt Damon kills Oscar Isaac, the two guys who he hired to kill his wife, because there was a whole Lifetime murder mystery involvement thing there. The two guys who murdered his wife go in to finish off the kid and the aunt who was banging Matt Damon. It's a little convoluted, I understand that. But then, as soon as they get out of the car, the screen goes green for 2 minutes, and then a lady comes into the theater. I assume she's an actor, and she tells you that they're looking into what the problem is, and you're going to get a free pass. So it is kind of a weird thing. So I sat there with the screen black for another 10 minutes before she came out with the passes. She claims there's 29 minutes left of the movie, but I think I saw the movie. The best part was Julianne Moore sitting across the table from Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac was fantastic in it. Julianne Moore is a national treasure. But it didn't hold the movie together. It was a sloppy mess. And I really don't know what they're trying to say about the racial integration thing because the society they're commentating on is the 50s. And what it did was it just made me uncomfortable because I was sitting next to black people. And I was like, I came here to laugh, man. I thought this was going to be a fun Coen Brothers movie. I didn't pay attention to the trailers, but I don't think they showed any of that in the trailers. I don't know what they want. And I say they, not he, because I know George Clooney had a lot of help with this, with the Coens writing the script and everything. So it didn't feel too much like Clooney's directorial debut because it didn't feel like his movie. It didn't feel distinct or particularly good. I assume they would be good if George Clooney made the movie. He's a great actor. He should know the shit. And honestly, I don't mind that I missed the last half hour of the movie.